It is a misty, moonlit morning. I've got my bear bag. We're gonna head back here and make some oatmeal real quick. I set an alarm for 7, so it's about 7:05 right now. And moon's going down, sun's coming up. Really a nice, misty, foggy kind of lake going on right now. Here's my path. Gonna make some oatmeal and get out of here a little earlier. Yesterday, it was probably 9:30 before I left camp. Today, I'm gonna go ahead and get done and get out of here so I can get home at a decent time, because I'm sure I need to mow the lawn or do something. So let's take a little look-see here. I don't know if you can hear the fish jumping, because they are a-jumping. All right, good picture. Pretty, nice and pretty. It's cold. That's why I'm wearing a hat. In case you wondered, why is he wearing a hat? Well, it's like 40 degrees right now. And in case he's not ready for 40 degrees yet, it's too early. It's too early. Although it is October 14th, so. What do you get? Okay, let's make some breakfast. Got us a real nice breakfast. This is some of that maple brown sugar oatmeal that I don't like that much. But I'm eating it because I have it. For some reason, for as much as I don't like it, I bought a whole 12-pack of it. That was pretty stupid. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't like it. And I'm the one that bought it. I just don't know. Throw some dried cranberry. I'm gonna eat some of these too. Someone did not do a good job of cleaning their dishes last night, which means all of this is going to have a little chicken broth flavor. Might be a chunk of rice in there. That's so gross. Oh yeah. A little tea. I got a little breakfast tea. A little English breakfast tea. Yeah, just throw the whole thing in there. You spot of tea. I'm buying coffee when I get back. Tea's okay, but it's just not the same. Let's get the pine needles out of my food. Made dinner too late last night. It was a gorgeous meal. I don't think I've got good footage of it. Gorgeous meal. So I've got my dried cranberry oatmeal extravaganza to enjoy here. A little tea steeping as we... Oh, there's a pine needle. There's pine needles and everything. Extra fiber. It's probably vitamins and vitamin C. I actually think there is vitamin C in pine noodles. That's not good. I think brown sugar's not too bad, I guess. I complain too much about everything. Nah. I complain just enough. We were going to make black spruce tea when we were in Canada, which black spruce, that's got vitamin C. I know it's like what the Indians or whatever used to stave off scurvy, because they don't grow a lot of oranges up there, because the growing season for an orange tree in northern Ontario is like 6 minutes. They would just die instantly. I don't know about pine needles though. These are pine trees, not spruce trees. I tried it out, but it's probably some type of poison. Let's take a look at the old morning sunrise. Well, it's not rising, it's going to rise behind me, but If you like fog, you came to the right place. I like fog. It's spooky. It's October. Every day should be at least a little foggy. It helps with the spooktacularness of October and the preparations for Halloween. It's definitely necessary. On days when it's not foggy in October, I get angry. It should always be at least a little spooky in the morning. On my way to work, it should be a little spooky. Because then I'm driving to work, and I go down through a little valley, which down here they call a hollow. Get down in the hollow, boy! It's a valley. Or ravine. And there's almost always like some misty fog going on. It looks kind of creepy. When all the hay bales are all, they got those big roll of hay bales, you know. There's something about it. Love it. And I drive by and I smile and it warms my black little heart. And it's just a little spooky. And maybe if I see a vulture or something, it just, what a day. What a day. Now mornings when it's not like that, it's terrible. Unless it's September, and then that's fine. It's October. You need a little fog in October. Camp is half packed up. I'm going to roll out after breakfast. We've got 6 miles. 6 miles, I'm looking at the dam. We're going to cross that dam here probably about 20 minutes after we start. I don't think it's too far. I was looking at the GPS last night. It's going to be flat and fast, I think, for the first part. And there's going to be a lot of up and downs. So, that's alright. Time to finish breakfast and finish packing up. Well, it's just 8:15. We're all packed up. Make sure I'm in the frame here. And it's time to get out of here. Haven't gone too far, probably not even a quarter mile. And let me be the first to welcome you to Tom Jenkins Dam. It's pretty wild. Mist is coming up off the old Burr Oak Reservoir. It's pretty sight. Pretty sight. All right, now that we've had our quiet moment, let's, location, oh my. So we're trucking, we are right there. We're going back to C, remember? So I don't see RS. Looks like it stops at S and then it's A and B again. So it doesn't, like, it's not like it goes to Z, which I guess makes sense. Yeah, I mean, it has to make sense. I don't need all the letters in the alphabet involved, I guess. Some of them are going to feel left out. So my Canadian trip was brought to you by Dill Pickle Sunflower Seeds. This trip is brought to you by Jolly Ranchers, like the black cherry one I have in my mouth right now. I don't really like hard candy that much, but when you're backpacking, it doesn't melt, which is nice. And I don't know, it's just something to do, something to taste. Ooh, authorized vehicle only. That's what this sign says. Luckily, I am an authorized vehicle. So there's that. Let's take a little hop up on the old shoulder here. Let's go for a ride across the Tom Jenkins Dam. It's no Hoover Dam, let me tell you that. But it's a nice dam. On my right is what appears to be a waste treatment facility. That's exciting stuff. Ooh, there's a spillway. Spillways are cool. Hope I get a good shot of the spillway. Well, I looked at the map, and apparently I wasn't supposed to cross the dam, so we're going back across the dam. Just kidding, just kidding. It's right here. It's right here. We are going to see the spillway. Nope, up. We're going to see the spillway here. There's an osprey platform. We're going to take a look for that, according to the map. And there is a pioneer burial site, so we're going to check that out. That sounds pretty wicked awesome. And we'll see what we find. Let's find that osprey platform. So, didn't find the pioneer burial site. I think I'm well past it at this point. And I made a left unmarked turn and went up a rise to about the 850 foot contour. I found some little bench action here, little seatage, and no blazes right now. I don't have any blazes. Now my map said it was a sharp, unmarked left turn off a roadbed, and now there are no blazes here. I assume I'm in the right position. I just left that benched area, and I'm going to keep going along this. This is very clearly a path here. So the trails back here are not marked at all. I was on what I thought was a trail that became the woods, and then I hit a fence. So I pulled out the GPS, took a look, and I was off what the GPS said was the North Country Trail. So now I'm heading back. I headed back towards the red line on the map, and I found what looked like an old ATV trail, which I'm guessing is right. And I've got a little roadblock here that I'm gonna have to crawl under or something. I don't know. So I kind of hacked through the woods a little bit to a power line easement, and now I don't know where I'm at, but there's cement walls. I don't know if this is a spillway or what. I'm moving through this like spillway area. There are cement walls on the sides. You see that on each side. It's definitely not where I'm supposed to be. I'm moving back towards where my GPS says the North Country Trail is, which is what I want. Nothing through here has been marked. My GoPro keeps randomly shutting off, just pissing me off. I found the trail I missed. I don't know how I missed it. It looks, you know, open and wide right here. I don't know what I did. There's no markings here though. My GoPro keeps shutting off. I think it's these off-brand batteries I bought. They must not be discharging correctly. It's really making me pretty angry right now. Regardless of the GoPro, I'm back on the trail. And there's a yellow blaze, yellow and blue, so we're good. This part of the trail is well blazed, so we're good. It's a nice hike alongside the lake. You see the lake's right there. I already see a fisherman out there. There's a little bass boat doing a little fishing. Looks pretty exciting. And it's still pretty cool, which is great. Sun's still coming up. It's been pretty flat and fast in terms of hiking through here, which is good. We've come to a nice spot in the woods, I think, to take some pictures. The way the sun's coming in here, I think we can get some really cool pictures with this fallen log and everything, so it'll be great. I'm going to switch to my Nikon D3300 because my GoPro batteries are acting up. I have 2 brand name GoPro batteries and 3 aftermarket ones that of the 3, one of them is already toast. Like on the Canada trip, it stopped taking a charge, and it won't take a charge now. And the other 2, one seems to be okay. The one I have in there right now says it's at 40%, but it's not working right. So we're gonna switch it out. So no more off-brand batteries for Casey. I will also say I have a charger, so I could have charged those other batteries, right? And I have my battery pack, and at Wildcat Hollow I was going to recharge my batteries because I was having some issues already, and I brought the wrong cord. So I have the charger, I have the battery pack, and the cord I brought is not the right cord, so that's a pretty rookie mistake. But let's take a little look-see here. I found, there's a sign, and I found the McDonald Pioneer Cemetery. So I missed the Pioneer burial site. I found the whole cemetery. Let's take a look at here real quick. Just white wooden crosses. There's no there's nothing. There's no signage. There's no. There are, under the leaves, you can't see it obviously, but there are rocks piled up underneath the leaves. So, yeah, around each of these crosses, there's like a ring of rocks. Yeah, every one of them has rocks, like underneath just around the base of the cross. I don't know anything about this site, so I'm going to definitely take a look online when I get home and see what this is all about. It's about 100 yards. Woo. It's about 100 yards off the trail to the left, so we're going to head back to the trail. I just saw a possum, so I was going to get my camera out to see a possum, and 2 white-tailed deer just ran right across the front of me. This is right at the spot where we're going to connect, the Buckeye Trail comes in, and I was kind of hoping to sneak up on them, but I'm not sneaking up on anybody in these dry leaves with all this gear on me. And I just went up this hill over here. I'm going to see if maybe they're still floating around here. I think they're probably up and over this hill right here. Get a good shot. Yeah, they ran right up there. And they were probably long gone. We'll keep the camera on for a minute, see what we see. There goes some more deer. I think there's another one coming. Heard a lot of crashing. Yep. Yeah, here he is. Oh, there you go. He saw me and he jetted. He was like, oh hell no. Oh, there's a fatty right there. There's a buck. It's a young buck. He's just got spikes. Don't make that little snort at me. I'm trying to figure out where I'm at right now a little bit. I'm glad I stopped. That's great. This is like deer central in here. Oh, they're still up there. What are you guys doing? Running. Just running away. Let's see if they, I wonder if they're gonna run up on this opening. I think that's where I'm going, is up that hill. There's a private property sign, so I pulled out the GPS to take a look, just to kind of see where I'm supposed to be. That looks like that's where the trail's supposed to go uphill to an 850-foot contour. And that looks like that would probably be it right there. So we're going to hike up the top of that sucker. That thing goes up like straight. That sucks. But we're at another point here where the blazes, not really well blazed. It's been really well blazed for a while, and now the blue trail came in, and now there's like nothing. The blue trail should be the Buckeye Trail, and I should be meeting that. So I'm going to stop, take another look at the old map. More deer coming? I don't know. Hopefully got a good video of those. So we'll continue on here. I think I'm lost. I just followed an ATV trail up a hill, which I thought was a trail. According to my GPS, it should have been the trail or pretty close to the trail, but at some point I got off track. So I'm going to go through this and just keep following my GPS until I get back to the spot where it says the trail is. So the lake is still on my left. It's weird back there. On the right hand side there are no trespassing signs. On the left there's nothing, but there was a yellow stake and there was a yellow property easement marker, like for trails and stuff. So I don't know where it went wrong up here. I don't know. It got really weird where the Buckeye Trail came in. And I will say on this side of the dam, the trails are not well marked. And not only are they not well marked, there are a ton of ATV trails and hiking trails just like scattered throughout in here. So we're going to bushwhack our way down a hill and hopefully not find a cliff. And we're going to get down there somehow. And this is where we put the where we put the adventure in Outdoor Adventure Club. Well, look what I found. It's the backpack trail. The backpack trail, which goes, let's get a good look here. It goes that way. It's the backpack trail. I came from over there, out of the woods, like a maniac, because I couldn't find the dang backpack trail. I think next time I do this hike, I'm going to come from the other direction, kind of do it backwards, and see if it's blazed better, like on these sides of the trees or what. But back where the Buckeye Trail came in, it got weird. So I apologize to whoever's property I was just wandering through. Totally unintentional. Hey, but I believe we're at Boat Dock 1. There are boats here. So we're going to steal a boat, and we're going to take a tour of the lake here in just a minute. I'm going to see if I can find one worth stealing. They all kind of look the same. I'm going to go hot wire one real quick. So, on a picnic table at the boat dock. I'm going to sit down and have lunch here for a minute. Just heard from Nick, back into cell phone range. He says he's having a good trip up in Michigan. Hooked a lot of kings. And, what did he say? Where's my phone at? No, it's in a bag right here. Here we go. Oh, there we go. Hooked a ton of kings on the Manistee today and caught 2 brown trout. Got good footage. You got to go next year. That's pretty good. I would have gone this year had I been invited. Nicholas G. Plazik. Jesus, Nick. What are you doing? What are you doing? That being said, I've had a good trip, so I'm having fun. I like to backpack. So, it's not like I'm upset. But I'll pretend like I'm upset when I see Nick on Monday or Tuesday. Got another rockin' sandwich right here. Good stuff. I'm gonna call him Nick G. Plazik again. If you've seen the Canadian videos, you know that that's my long game. It's gonna piss them off one of these days. One of these days, Nick is gonna get pissed off at me. It's my end game. It's a pretty crappy end game, but I don't know. That's all I got. I need to cut my food in smaller slices. Probably won't though, but I should. Alright, finish up lunch, pack her back up. We have 3 miles left, I think. Not too much farther on the trip. While we're sitting here, let's take a look at the map. I love trail bologna and Swiss cheese, it's so good. So, boat dock 1. I re-enter the woods on the other side. I am supposed to pass through some guy's front yard. Then the trail makes a left after his front yard and heads down slope. I will emerge at County Road 111. It looks like at the 20-mile marker, there's a recess cave where I weave through large boulders, so we'll definitely get some photos of that. It's about 11 a.m., so I'm making pretty good time considering that I stop and take pictures and screw around and, you know, get lost in the woods and stuff like that. And at that point, really, it's just a cruise in. So once we hit those boulders, we've got like just under a mile left of the trip. And those boulders are just over 2 miles from here. So not a whole lot left of the trip. So we're going to sit here and enjoy it. Maybe I'll cut this. I'm going to cut this in a smaller slice. Let's try this smaller slice strategy. Let's see how that goes. I think this knife is almost too big to cut things in smaller slices. Okay. Oh crap, there's no onion. Let's get some onion in here. Alright, thinly sliced. More Burr. It's easier to chew. This is really pretty. Let's take a good look before I shut the camera off. This is my view right now. I think I'm going to steal the blue boat. It's going to be a really slow getaway. Alright, time to finish lunch and probably be out of here, I'm guessing, 1 o'clock. Be my guess. So we walked through the parking lot here, following the light poles. If you see, the posts have markings on them for both the Buckeye Trail and the Yellow Lakeview Trail. And Point Q, which is at Dock 1. Okay, so we're going to go and head up there, and it's been blazed, and we've got, ooh, it's that little Buckeye Trail marking. Cool. So that's the plan. A little Point Q heading for Point R, which is, we should pass Dock 2, some other features in there. So I've snaked my way around here. We are at another boat dock. I didn't see the name of this boat dock. It'll be on the sign. I just came down that road right there. This is also part of the trail for the Bobcat Marathon, which to run a marathon through here, you have to be totally insane. It's so hilly. This is the Ravine Trail, which is 1.5 miles long. And let's take a look at Point R. R. Oh, here's our sign for Point R, which means we are down at the bottom here. I don't know how focused that is for Point R, so we're getting kind of close to home here. We have a 1.5 mile little trail along the lake, and then we're going to be dang near back to where the car is. We'll be within a mile of the car. Actually, no, 0.8 it looks like of the car. Just saw 2 more white-tailed deer. In fact, I think it was 2 I saw earlier. It looked like that that one buck had the spikes. It was kind of fat, and a doe, which I spooked earlier. They must have come around the other side there. So through the Ravine Trail we go. It's a pretty dope cave back there. We're gonna have to go check that out. Let's check out this cave. Oh man, this cave is sweet. Wow, this is a pretty decent... Hello, echo. Echo. I'm in stereo. It's a pretty nice cave, a little wet to camp in. Some nice caves at Archer's Fork to you could camp in. Really pretty walk through here. I have exited the ravine trail. It's right behind me. I'm at some type of boat dock. I don't see any signage, so I don't know which dock this is. I'm sure it'll say on the little poster up here. Let's take a look. We are heading for the Chipmunk Trail. Get back on the old backpacker trail. And we'll take a look at the sign. This should be S, I think. I think we're at S. Ah, S it is. So we are at S. This is the... You can't see because all that the leaf or the shadows here. But S is right at the bottom here. It's the last letter before we start repeating. My next stop is going to be B and then C. So it's 0.2 to B and 0.6 to C. So I've got 0.8 of a mile left. I'm not going to hit A because A, I think it goes to the park or the park center or something like that. So pretty close to home. The trip is just about over. And we're going to have tacos tonight. Well, grilled chicken fajitas. I'm pretty excited for that. Go for some grilled chicken fajitas. I've got really good cell phone reception out here. Better than I expected, especially the boat docks. Wildcat Hollow, generally I don't get anything at all. So I've got this new toy. Let's talk about this real quick. Take a look at my new toy here. I got a Garmin InReach Explorer Plus. Now what this does is it's a GPS. So I've got maps on here. You know, just like a regular GPS. But the beauty of the Garmin InReach Explorer Plus is that I can send messages. I have a couple different messaging options. I have a couple preset. I have 3 preset messages. The first one is all is well, basically everything's okay. The second one is the fishing is good, which we're not fishing today, but that's for when I'm fishing. And the third is I'll be delayed. Now what this also has is I can send text messages. It costs me 50 cents a text message. I'm on a subscription plan. It's $13 a month for the basic subscription plan. And then I get free preset messages that I can send. And it hooks up to the Iridium satellite network so I can send it anywhere. Now in the tree coverage, I have experienced it doesn't work real well. You need to get out in the open a little bit. So at Wildcat Hollow, I had to go out to the parking lot to send a message, which isn't the end of the world. And it takes a little bit to connect. So I have my 3 presets, and then I have the emergency button, the SOS button. That is for like some type of, well, an emergency, if you will. So if like I break a leg or something terrible happens, I hit the SOS button and a company named Geos will respond. They'll respond by sending appropriate help. So if I'm on the side of the road and hit the SOS, they'll send the State Highway Patrol, which is cool because that doesn't cost me anything. I'm going to set this down here. I'm tired of holding it. Actually, let's switch arms. So they'll send State Highway Patrol, which is an appropriate response. If we're out in Canada, just like we had the spot in Canada, they send a helicopter, which you're paying for that. Like, I can buy additional insurance, but I haven't. It's $7,000 to $10,000 for a helicopter ride to safety. But if you've lost an arm, or my greatest fear is I'm going to rupture my Achilles heel or my Achilles tendon. A number of people my age at work have ruptured theirs, and it's probably my biggest fear. When I'm out doing this kind of stuff by myself, solo, I'm not worried about like bears and bobcats and skunks and possums and raccoons. I'm worried about some type of injury, breaking a leg, breaking an ankle, tearing or rupturing my tendon. That's the stuff I'm really worried about. It's not that I'm that old. It's just that at my age, after you hit 40, stuff starts to not work quite as well as it used to. So, I don't know. No injuries today, thankfully, so far. Hopefully none in the next 0.8 of a mile. And I haven't had to use the SOS, which is nice. So I don't know what would happen out here if they'd send like park rangers or Navy SEALs. Probably not the Navy SEALs. They're probably busy doing something else. Probably someone. Chuck Norris? I don't know. It might be Chuck Norris. Someone who could just carry me out on their own. Probably Chuck Norris. Cool. We're going to finish this trail up and shoot our conclusion here in just a minute. We have reached point B already. I just was trying to sneak up on a deer that just ran in front of me, but she must have taken off. Another white-tailed deer. That's number 13 on the day. She took off and then she stopped. I thought she might still be there. Oh, she's right there. She's right there. She's right there. Okay. I don't know. She's just in those trees right there. I don't know if you can see her. She's pretty well camouflaged. She's staring right at me. I'm sorry. It might be a he that is staring right at me. Hey dear. What you doing? It's a nice day for deer. Yeah? It's a chipmunk trailer. You're allowed to be here. It says chipmunks. It doesn't say anything about deer. I'm not going to get too close to her. She's really camouflaged in there. Want to come here so I can take your picture? Maybe? Ooh, maybe a friend over here. Flicking your tail. Flicking that old tail. Flickety flack. I'm going to keep my distance, but I don't know if I can get a better look at her. Hey dear. Hi. My name's Casey. I just want to shoot you with the camera, so it's pretty safe. It's pretty safe. I don't know if you can see in there. Yeah, she's just chilling. We'll see if we can get a picture. Nope, there she goes. She didn't go far though. She's just went about 30 meters off to the right. I heard it sound like there might have been another deer coming in. I don't know how good of a video you saw of that, or if I got a good picture. It's hard to say, because she's really sitting in the shadows back in there, just staring at me, flicking her ears and flicking her tail, and just chilling, checking me out. Cool, man. Well, welcome to point B. I'll be the first to welcome you to point B, and then point C is next, and point 6, and that's it. So 13 deer today. It's been a 13 deer day.
that's a pretty good day. So many more deer than the other side. But I'm going to tell you, this side of the trail from over by Tom Jenkins Dam and all that, it doesn't get as much use, I don't think, as some of these other places. I don't see where she went. She's probably sitting here looking at me and I can't even see her. All right, time to finish her up. Well, we've reached the end of our journey here. I can see my car. As soon as I popped up, and I can see the road, and I can see my car sitting right there. So we are here, the end of our nice little journey, the Burr backpacking trail. It's been a really nice trip. We've had perfect weather, absolutely perfect. Nice and cold at night, which I prefer to be cold, dark, and quiet to sleep. Just like period, even at home. Cold, dark, and quiet's where it's at. Wildcat Hollow, I got the cold, but the full moon came through, and it was like I felt like I was under a spotlight, and it wasn't that quiet. The people that were there were okay. I mean, they were just having a good time and stuff. I'm just looking for my good time, which my good time is some peace and quiet. But they were fine. I got some pretty decent sleep that night. I can't complain that too much. And then the hike passed through there, and sleeping before I got to Tom Jenkins Dam, right in the Wayne National Forest area there, that was perfect. Cold, dark, and quiet, just the way I like it. So great sleeping there. Yesterday and today were both a little bit warmer during the day than I expected. That being said, the few times I stopped, like when I stopped for lunch, and I stopped and took my pack off, had lunch. Within 5 minutes of stopping, I got cold. I had to put my hat back on, like my thermal hat, my camo hat I have in my pocket here. So a lot of it's just the moving, it keeps you warm. We saw some good sights. There's plenty that I didn't take pictures of. There's plenty that I did not take video of. I highly recommend, if you're into this sort of thing, to definitely do it. Hit the Burr backpacking trail. Just be careful after the Tom Jenkins Dam. I don't feel like it's blazed really well through there. And a lot of this forest isn't real, it's clear. I mean, it's just clear. It's all leaf covered, and there aren't a lot of bushes and shrubs and weeds and stuff, so it's kind of hard to tell where the trail is if you don't have a real, like, I guess a very incremental or a highly incremental amount of, what's the word I'm looking for? If you don't just have a lot of blazes, you can't tell where you are. That's what I'm looking for. So without a lot of blazes, you can get off track, and I ran into a fence at one point, and I was like, well, the trail's gonna go through here, and I looked at the GPS, walked downhill, walked through a powerway easement, and then turned through a spillway. I don't know if that's where I was supposed to be. I kind of feel like it wasn't. Well, I do know, because when I got to the end of that spillway, that emergency spillway, you could see there was clearly a path on the left, and it was very clear, but it wasn't blazed anywhere. Like, I didn't see any blazes. So next time I roll that through here with a can of spray paint, I'll probably call the park office first, see what they think about that. They probably don't like that idea, but just a couple marks in there would be nice. Even on my map, it mentioned that it was unmarked through there. You make a couple unmarked left turns, and it would be nice if they were marked, because otherwise these trails are really well marked, and they're mostly clear, especially in the highly trafficked areas. You get a lot of, the park makes these improvements like bridges. I crossed the boardwalk today. I crossed the boardwalk yesterday before Wildcat Hollow. I'm sorry, 2 days ago. I've been out for a couple days. So those boardwalks over the marshy areas are great. Plenty of bridges over the, kind of deep rivery areas that you couldn't cross. So those are very nice. It's pretty quiet back here. I've only seen a handful of people today, and those are people I see at campgrounds, marinas, boat docks, stuff like that. I haven't seen a single person on the trail. In fact, I saw 13 deer today, and one of them was just over here. I was kind of trying to sneak up on her a little bit, and I did. But unfortunately, she saw me before I saw her. I was probably within 15 meters, but I didn't see her, and she had a friend with her. I thought there's another one out here. I thought I heard one. But, oh well, I think I might have some video of her. We'll see. We'll see when we get home and take a look at it. But it's been a great trip. I highly recommend coming out here if you get a chance. Even if you go and stash a car at Wildcat Hollow, stash a car here at the trailhead, you could pack all your food, water, and everything at Wildcat Hollow and do a full refuel, and not have to carry all that stuff. I think if you had a couple people you could make this easily a 2-day hike with some stashed food and some stashed water in some strategic locations. Now that I've hiked it and I kind of see where I'm at, I can definitely see where I could have stashed food and water. Now, I should also talk about the water situation. I was really worried about it because I've never done the full loop. There are a ton of water opportunities. Every marina has one, every boat dock has one. The campgrounds, they all have water. Now, I think the water gets shut off October 15th, which is today or tomorrow. It's pretty soon. And then it doesn't get turned on again until May. So that kind of stinks because the water situation is, there's just, you know, even around Wildcat, I'm worried about the water quality. But through the rest of Burr Oak, you have the lake, which is not always easy to access because you have like a lot of steep drop-offs. So you have the lake, but again, not easy to access. There are no streams, there's nothing. So the water is definitely an issue, and it's always the heaviest part of my pack, I feel, that I don't like carrying. So that's it for my adventure. Hopefully you enjoyed coming along with me. If you did, please subscribe to Outdoor Adventure Club. Give me a little thumbs up in the video there down at the bottom. If you didn't like the trip, subscribe anyways. It's not going to hurt you. Maybe give me a thumbs up too, ironically. I don't care. I'll take them however I can get them. So, Casey, Outdoor Adventure Club, signing off.